Welcome back to Coin Knowledge. So today we're going to be taking a look at some of the recent news that has been going on in the crypto gaming space as of late. Most of the news is portraying to some of the projects that we talk about a lot on this channel. So we'll get right into it here. And if you guys are a fan of crypto gaming and updates like this, consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video. Your support means everything to me. So if we get right into it here, we can see that Heroes of Maia, they did just launch their app on, I believe, the last day of January of 24. And they have already crossed over 1 million global downloads on iOS and Android. And we can see, as they've already kind of posted on their Twitter, they got to number one, I believe, in China. They got to top 50 for strategy games in the US on the App Store. So pretty impressive there. I mean, those are insane numbers. I mean, those are the kind of numbers that I can actually look at a project and see, this could be a project that helps bridge the gap between Web 2 and Web 3 players. I mean, everyone liked Clash of Clans. This takes a lot of similarities from that, obviously. If you haven't downloaded Heroes of Maia, I highly recommend it. Obviously, they have their native token that's launching, which is another video we'll be covering here soon. But Heroes of Maia, again, they have crushed it with their launch. I have it on my phone. I play it. It is very seamless. It's a fun game. Again, if you had a lot of fun with Clash of Clans, but you're looking for something to start over with or something just a slightly different experience, give Heroes of Maia a download. It's free on both platforms. And again, it's just a fun time. But again, that's one of the updates there. Mixmob, a game that has launched on Solana. They launched their token February 1st, I want to say. And, obviously they're live streaming right now about some of their gameplay here, testing. So, but they've also had a pretty good launch as far as token goes. We'll be taking a look at the price action here in a little bit. But the game looks crisp. I mean, I know it's getting tossed around the space a little bit of, people are kind of already dubbing it the Axie Infinity of Solana. We'll see as time goes on, but I do like the art style on the game, and I think there is a good game loop there, and that people are actually going to be in this game. They are going to be playing it. I know I have plans to in the future, but so they are, again, you can see their gameplay right there. And again, with their launch here, obviously it launched, went kind of high, and then supply came out and immediately went down, as most launches do. But it actually has been consolidating quite well between like a $9 and $12 million circulating market cap. So pretty low market cap here, and the unlocks are actually not too bad. We actually made a video on that, I believe, on Monday. You can actually watch it of this week. A couple days ago it came out. Doing a more in-depth dive on the MXM tokenomics. So pretty good here, but again, just let it kind of form a chart with any of these new token launches. And again, I have high conviction in Mixmob and what they're building. I think they have a lot of hype behind their game. And again, the gameplay does look very solid. So I'm excited to see what Mixmob is doing there. Army of Fortune, another game that had launched their native governance token, I believe on the 30th of January, has finally, there was a kind of some FUD there and a lot going on between the team. And I've said this about Army of Fortune in the past, that is a strong, ex-Supercell member team. They're a Web 2 primary experience game developing team, now with a whole lot of Web 3 space. So they have a learning curve to kind of go over with, and they explained it a lot on their Twitter about how I did not get involved in the free mint, unfortunately, so I am not a holder of the Fortune Key NFT within the Army of Fortune metaverse, but I believe that it was supposed to be promised airdrops for all of them, and then they denied that, and then they listened to the community, and then they, I guess, reinstated it. So again, we can see here that they're trying to make it right. So again, their Twitter breaks down a lot more, and if you're involved with this project, then you're probably aware of everything that's been going on recently. But so the first AFG airdrop for key holders has been completed. Again, that's today at the time of this recording. So 4 million AFG, so 10% of the 40 million AFG has been distributed to all Fortune key holders, with a snapshot already taken earlier. And again, it's the first airdrop, so it sounds like they're going to be doing multiple rounds of this with different unlock vesting allocation. I believe they put that on a Twitter thread on their Twitter account. So if you're involved with this project, you can get in there and see all the updates here. But again, they're going to be captured at the beginning of each unlock period. It'll be allocated to each key and can be claimed after each snapshot period. So they're making right on it. So good to see there. Good to see that the team is trying to make things right. They're not running away from the problem. They faced it head on, and they kept updates, and they addressed the community. So in my opinion, the team did what a good team should do. And I believe that why they denied the key holders the airdrop was to, in their minds, I want to say sustainability or being fair to the OG players of their Army of Tactics game for the token. But again, a lot more of it gets broken down on their Twitter here, but we see that they're trying to make that right on that. because we can see that when they launched, they kind of took an immediate dive in price action. It's already about 64% down. Again, it launched not that long ago on the 30th of January, but it's still at a super low market cap right now. And again, with these unlocks now, with the the airdrop for the NFT key holders, I believe there will probably be more selling pressure, especially since, and this is just my opinion, not financial advice, especially since there has already been kind of some FUD going around this project and because of what's been happening. But again, they made it right, but some people aren't aware of that. They just wrote it off. So I think some people, I would imagine, are going to get their airdrops, claim them, and then sell them and move on to another project if they already have that broken chain of trust with them. But that's my opinion. I think long-term, Army of Fortune, with everything they have going on with their Army of Tactics game that's live right now on both Google Play Store and Apple Store, it's a solid game, and the games that they are building as well. I think Army of Fortune is still a quality project. I think long-term, it's going to crush it, especially at such a low market cap where it is right now, about that 3 million circulating. But we'll see kind of what these unlocks do with the airdrop to the NFT holders, kind of does for the token and the tokenomics and the price action. But again, it's a new launch overall, so just kind of give it a while to play out. As we've seen, the price action hasn't been too good, but they're making right on it, so I thought that was worth mentioning. Honeyland, another project we talked about, pretty big mobile game. In my opinion, I think it actually is probably the best and most played and biggest mobile game on Solana. Let me know if I'm wrong, or if you feel that I'm wrong, let me know when we talk about it in the comments below. Bring up another project. But you can now play Honeyland from your browser. So some people, if you don't have a smartphone, or if you don't have a phone that's willing to run it, or you don't have the space or the storage on your phone to install Honeyland, you can now play Honeyland from your PC browser. So whether it's laptop or if you're at work, I suppose you could play it as well. Not that I'm encouraging that. But you can play it from your phone, and it actually might be easier for some people to read some of the text. I know on some of these mobile games, the text can get kind of small to read. So that's interesting there. But again, it just helps appeal to more player base, in my opinion. So I think it's good. I think it's pretty bullish that they launched their game on browser. So just another platform for people to play their game. It's a fun time. I mean, if you like kind of I think base management or supply management kind of games like this, where you send your bees or your soldiers, in a sense, to go get assets and resource management, and come back to your base, kind of upgrade. It might be your kind of game. I like the artwork. Some people don't like it, but it's like everything, it's subjective. But I think Honeyland is actually building something pretty special over there, especially if you look at their token here. Obviously, we saw over the 1 year that they shot up quite a bit. Over the 1 month, they've taken quite a dip here. I think this thing peaked out at about 40 cents, just shy of 40 cents. So, it's about a 50% correction there, a little bit over that. But still, at a 27, let's just call it about a $30 million circulating market cap. For what Honeyland's building, especially that they have the mobile gaming side on them, now they're on browser, and they're on Solana. I think Honeyland, again, is one of those projects where if you are not aware of it and you're looking for a Solana game project that's building, that's live right now, that has player bases, Honeyland is definitely one to look at, and they just bring out updates just like this all the time. It's a good team. Their team is always, on Facecam giving out updates. So good to see there. Good to see that. I know they've talked about going to browser for a while, so that was a good update. Playable Games. They actually made a pretty good partnership here with a new media agency, Frontier Australia. Now, I don't know anything about Frontier Australia, but I do like that they're partnering with a new media agency. I know that, the team there, I don't think they have a whole lot of experience on marketing and such, but I could be wrong. Off the top of my head, I don't remember the exact experience that all their team members have, but it's good that they're, partnering with Frontier Australia. We see here that Frontier brings over 20 years of industry experience, working extensively across the gaming category during this time, representing brands such as Activision, Warner Brothers, most recently 2K Games. I mean, all these are pretty big names, so I'm pretty excited about this. I think that Playable, one of the things that, in my opinion, and this is with most projects in this space, is marketing. Obviously, it's a hype space. Any project that has the hype at that moment is going to win as far as like price action and momentum and, users go. So I think that the fact that they're kind of getting ahead of this and, wanting to get a third-party company involved as far as marketing and pushing them out to, the global stage, it's a very smart move, in my opinion. Playable Games is obviously one of my favorite projects, especially on the Avalanche network. I think, I've said this all the time, when it comes to Avalanche, if you're bullish on Avalanche, I think Avalanche Gaming is going to be insane this run. And if you're looking for a kind of a as a like of like a Maia or like a G-Fowl or even a Gala Games a little bit, kind of just that style with a platform, game studio that offers multiple different games, multiple different projects or exposure like nodes, games. I think they're going to be having their own subnet as well on Avalanche. Playable Games is definitely that project, and in my opinion, the top quality at that caliber as far as on the Avalanche network. So again, good development there. We talked about them early on. Obviously, we saw them kind of run up to, I think, about $50 million market caps. Right now, it's just crossing under, that 20 million. Again, I've said this time and time again. Anything to me, anything under 20 million in circulating market cap for Playable is a pretty value buy. I think for what they're building with their Nexus game live already, and again with everything they have going on, everything that their roadmap looks like with all their other future game launches, I think Playable is gonna have it's setting itself up for a pretty good run this bull cycle. And again, I think that their game Nexus is solid. So again, partnerships like this is what you want to see, especially since again, marketing is really everything in crypto. If nobody knows about you, and just in traditional business, if nobody knows about you, it honestly doesn't matter how good you are. You need people to know about you. So good partnership there on Playable's side. Vulcan Forge, another one of our OG favorite projects here in the gaming space. One that we talked about all bear market, at that $2.50 to $3 range. They say here, Jamie Thompson with Vulcan Forge, our Elysium, their layer 1 launchpad is coming this month. So he lists here a couple of projects that are going to be launching on those that have insane potential. Remember, 5% of all IDOs auto buy and lock peer. Their main token, and then all token transactions burn lava. I believe their Elysium token or their secondary token in this space. So again, pretty cool that they're going to be having their their launch pad for the Elysium chain. Very excited there. You can see here on the right hand side, Vulcan Forge, a layer 1 carbon neutral tree planting metaverse dedicated blockchain created by Vulcan Forge. So very excited. Again, this is another one that we saw run up to about $8 to $9. And again, we were talking about it all bear market, when it was around that $2.50 to $3 range when we were accumulating. If you were on this channel, again, never financial advice, just stating what we were doing in the past. And it ran up to about $250 million, 250 million circulating market cap. So I think Vulcan Forge definitely, if looking for more of a higher cap, maybe lower risk gaming project to have exposure to, I think Vulcan Forge is definitely a solid option. And again, like most things, it's on a big retracement right now. Just over the 30 days alone is about 30% down. And I think that at the current evaluations, again, they have about half their supply out. And if you actually look into everything that they're building, it's more than just a gaming studio at this point. Again, they have now their Elysium chain, Elysium launchpad, they have their Vulcan nodes, all their different projects, their metaverses as a service, Metascapes, and then they have a game live on the Oculus store as far as like a VR games, and they're always improving the quality of their games. So again, I'm always bullish on Vulcan Forge, and I always say if you're looking for a higher cap, lower risk compared to all the other projects on the list that we're talking about today, Vulcan Forge is a great option in my opinion. Now, one project that we've talked about also that is actually coming up on their TGE for their native token is Aether Games, another gaming studio platform that does kind of remind me of Vulcan Forge a little bit, just on the aesthetic side really alone, just kind of how their website's built out a little bit. Again, we've done individual videos really on all these projects in the past. You can find them on this channel. Aether Games, I think, wasn't that long ago, a recent one that we did. So they put out here quite a bit of information, what they have going on. Obviously, Aether Games blends the artistry of storytelling with the forefront of technology. So we can see here what they have going on. They put their pillars behind it as well. Everything that they looks like they're wanting to get involved with as far as like platforms go, a closer look at gameplay. It's a very in-depth tweet, so I recommend you go on here if you're interested in Aether Games, what they have going on, or plan to get involved. Definitely one to get on here and take a look at. They do have their Aether trading card game. I think they have a few other games as well that they're going to be building out. So Aether Saga, Future Horizons. So they do have the AGE generation or the TGE coming up, I believe in late February, so late this month. They did put this out about their AEG token that's going to be launching, kind of the breakdown of the supply of it, how much is going to be getting unlocked at the time of TGE. So obviously you pause the video here again, look on their Twitter for this, and you can see how much of the supply is estimated to come out if you just do some quick math here at the time of launch, since it is a billion total supply. And they will be launching on Polygon, but I believe that they will also be moving to or be on Avalanche as well, is what I've heard. But I know that they are definitely going to be launching on Polygon, so interesting there. Again, I'm bullish on projects that are building on other layer ones, layer twos like Polygon, Avalanche, or Solana instead of Ethereum. But I think that's really going to have a big narrative this run alone. Alternative chains and gaming underneath that as well. But either way, I mean, Ethereum's going to do obviously great as well in gaming on their or gaming projects under Ethereum also. But you know what I'm saying. But either way, again here, so they say that they do have their AEG, their Aether Games token, launching again at the end of February. So they have not put out, to my knowledge, on what exchange it's going to be on, where it's going to, how much, market cap's going to launch, the launch price. I don't know that off the top of my head, but it's going to be on Polygon, so I would imagine it will be some DEX options there. But, again, just an upcoming gaming studio platform that if you want to get involved with and catch one a little bit earlier on in case you feel like you missed Vulcan Forge or you missed Maia, so much so I wouldn't even say that you missed Playable. It's at a pretty good value buy right now. But either way, that's a couple things that's going on in the gaming space as of late. Again, you have Aether Games launching soon, Vulcan Forge with some Elysium updates, Playable making some, again, good partnerships here. Honeyland being able to be played from your browser. Again, if you're on PC or have a laptop or on Mac as well. Or if you want to just play at work or if your kids usually play your phone or play with your phone, again, you can now play with it on the PC. So pretty exciting there. I suppose you could probably play it from consoles too if you open the in-game console browser. I would imagine. Army of Fortune, again, remedying the recent, controversial issues that's been going on within their ecosystem. But again, I think the team's doing the right thing, making it right instead of ignoring it and being kind of stuck in their ways or stuck on their decision. They're listening to the community, so I think the team's doing what good teams do, in my opinion, how they're resolving this. But let me know if you're involved there. And again, Mixmob, I think, they're still going. But again, they're just putting out more gameplay on their game and more updates there as well. Again, Mixmob, definitely bullish. Again, if you're looking for a really lower cap, new launch game project on Solana, if you're bullish on Solana, definitely take a look at Mixmob if you haven't already. We've made tons of videos on them on this channel, but take a look at it if you haven't. And then here is a Maia, again, crossing that threshold of 1 million downloads. At the time of this video, it's going to be, past that by the time you watch this video. But they're growing quick. I mean, it's literally only been out for like a weekend now, and they're growing really, really quick and making good stats across the board. But it's a fun game. Download it, give it a shot. It's a fun game. We'll make another video on their native token since it's launched, so we'll make another video on that here soon. But again, those are just some quick updates that's been going on in the gaming space as of late. Let me know in the comments below if there's any projects that we covered today that you're involved with, or if you have different opinions on, if there's other projects that you want me to talk about. If there's any updates, major updates that I missed, it's hard to cover all of them in one video. Just trying to keep some updates that pertain to some of the projects that we talk about here quite often and recently. And if you guys can let me know if you got any value out of this video, I'd love to talk to you guys. I try to answer all your comments. And if you guys can like the video, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share the video. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, see you guys.